Jacob, are you ever just waiting in line at Cedar Point and you think to yourself, if only waiting in line was faster?
Yeah.
Well, I've got something new for you. It's called... Wait, this is the wrong shoot, Jacob. I thought I was doing the ad read for the Cedar Point. But... Oh, the cheat sheet says we're talking about warfare?
Warfare? Wait, I think you're missing something. It's not just says warfare. It's got like numbers behind it.
Oh, warfare from the 1700s to like the late 1890s.
Whoa!
Munch munch.
Crunch crunch?
Welcome to
Another bonus bite.
With Luke
And Jacob.
Whoa, that's crazy, Jacob. We definitely have an actual sheet with the info on it, and we didn't just come up with our ideas 3 minutes ago.
Yeah. So, where are we starting, Luke? We starting in that 7 Years' War, French and Indian War?
Yeah, we can hit it with a little bit of that. So, that's a classic. You had George Washington.
Yeah, but he was on the British side.
George Washington batting for the British. Throwing a little baseball in there,
Because baseball existed.
Baseball definitely existed and is not an American sport. But no, you got that one for sure. And then you got a classic, the American Revolutionary War,
Yeah.
The one that we absolutely wrecked the British in.
But you missed something. There's these guys. We don't hear about that much. But they're called the Prussians, and the British really like them right now. The British really like them. Hopefully, they don't do anything else, like reunify Germany.
Yeah, they would never do that.
They would never do that.
And then we have the classic, the War of 1812.
Oh, ooh.
Who won that one?
I think we missed. I think there's some short guy over there. Do you see him?
Oh, he is, and he's on the Alps. What's he doing?
Alps, yeah, he's on a donkey, or maybe that's a horse. The guy's painting him on a horse. You guys actually didn't know that on that picture he was actually on a donkey.
Yeah, but it's okay because
he had to look cool.
Yeah, the painter wanted him to look way cooler, but no. And then oh my goodness, it's the War of 1812. Whoa. We don't know who won. The British say they won.
Oh,
the U.S. say they won.
The White House isn't. Why is the White House red?
There's not a whole lot of White House left over there. You know what I found out? This is a complete tangent, but at one point, I think it was during the Truman. I think it was the Truman administration. I think it was the Truman administration. It was one of the no. Yeah, it was an administration in the 40s, I want to say. That is that Truman then?
It could be Roosevelt.
No, I think it was Truman. Where they completely redid the whole interior of the White House. And what they did is they literally they gutted the entire, there was nothing in the White House. It was just the outside of the building, and they rebuilt the whole inside up to code because literally stuff was falling through the floors and everything was rotting out because it hadn't been fixed since 1814. So
yeah. So we get to the War of 1812. Napoleon's gone. He did some things. He might have reshaped Europe.
Yeah.
Went to a very cold place.
Yep.
It was on fire, and then he went back.
Mm-hmm.
Then he left. And then he came back for 100 days, and then
let's go.
He left.
Let's go. He's back. Imagine he shows up and then it plays Guess Who's Back.
Guess Who's Back.
I don't want to get a copyright strike, Jacob. But then we have, so after 1812, Jacob, what fire war do we have in there?
Fire war?
The one that you mentioned.
Technically.
The one that you alluded to.
The Franks?
Yeah.
And the Prussians?
The Prussians?
So during the Napoleonic Wars, you have these guys. His name's, actually, I don't know if, he might have not been alive. He might have been alive. His name's Otto von Bismarck. This guy, he's pretty cool. He's got a cool mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Luke might show a picture of him.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. He's got, just look him up. He's got a cool mustache. So he's like, you know what? We need to reunify Germany. So then, he starts rising up the ranks of this thing called, I think it's the German Coalition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, all those Holy Roman Empire enjoyers, they're gone. They're gone. The Pope.
Yep.
The Pope gone. He's probably the Pope's still there. He's just
he got a little less power.
So now, so then Germany's like, we gotta keep on. So then Germany, I don't know if Germany is unified or they're about to unify. And then the French, led by Napoleon III, totally different guy. He came in at some point. We forgot about the Crimean War, I just realized.
That one's not important. We
That's
can
not
skip,
important.
we can skip that one, Jacob.
Who cares about them? Nothing really important happened during that except for
There was a ton
there
of
was actually
important stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally
nothing.
everybody died.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What was the Light Brigade?
I don't know, but they sure were going fast.
Just imagine there's this one guy. There must be this one guy. He's like, wait a minute, where are they going?
Where are they going? Hey, they did a good job.
They cut some people down.
Yeah.
Till they got cut down.
They all died.
They all died. So then the French start trying to invade Germany, but Germany goes, poof, starts taking them out. Starts using those muskets. Which I gotta say, imagine trying to use musket. I just imagine the lines. You imagine like. I feel like the musket era was probably one of the cooler eras. Because
yeah.
You had to like wait a little bit, do like the. And then you got. So then they start invading, and then. Everybody's like, wait, Prussia won, and then they took this place called the Alsace-Lorraine. It's a really cool place. It's actually a very important spot. A lot of people really like the Alsace. You know where that is, right?
Jacob, fill in the audience for that.
So it's this really skinny part of France. Like the little. I'm trying to imagine a map of France. Like the pointy part on like the right side. It touches Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Alsace-Lorraine, and so Germany takes that. That's actually a thing that France wants back in World War I after there. So Germany / Prussia at this point takes it, and then they're like, you know what? I think it's time we unify. Austria doesn't like it that much because Austria's like, we lost all our power, but then they get dual monarchy, and then the Serbian guy kills the guy. But we don't talk about that part.
That's a whole while later.
Yeah.
All right, and then we get to move into an absolute classic, the American Civil War.
How are the Americans doing?
Yeah, Americans at this point, tensions are hot. Then South Carolina goes adios.
And now they're it's right after that,
Yeah,
if you didn't know, the American Civil War is why we have all those blue flags. You know that, right?
Which blue flags?
Like the emblem with the blue on it, like all the state flags.
Yeah.
They all look the same.
Yeah.
It's because everybody was like, we can't be independent flags, cause independence.
But no, so but then the Civil War happens. There's a lot of wild stuff that happens in the Civil War. Literally everybody dies. Not actually, but like it's pretty crazy.
Lincoln has such a fun.
Lincoln's second term goes so well for him.
Yeah,
And then just a couple years later, you get the United States deciding that we're just going to start sending a bunch of troops out to the West, so that they can kill the Native Americans. And so that's where General Custer does his whole.
I love when
thing.
I love when the United States goes and says,
guys, let's make a treaty. The U.S. doesn't like this treaty anymore.
Yeah. Also, what else happened? Oh, so then there's this ship. It's called the USS Maine. But like right now, America really wants to get that some of that is it sugar cane? I can't remember. What would they grow in Cuba that's really profitable?
I'm sure it's some fruit, but
the United States on that manifest destiny.
Yeah, let's go.
Using God to.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: manifest destiny. If you still use that, that's just using God to get what you want.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so the
United States. So they go, we want Cuba, but that's what the Spanish own. The USS Maine exploded. Oh no, that was the Spanish.
The Spanish did it, guys, and then they
invaded.
Then they invaded Cuba, and then we for a period of time we owned literally everything that Spain owned, like
except for Mexico.
Like that, we owned the Philippines, and we owned Cuba, and we owned Puerto Rico, and we owned
we were like,
and then
we decolonized.
Yeah.
And then neocolonialism was born.
Yep. All right. So, but the main point of this episode is we want to talk about how absolutely sick and kind of cool the form of warfare they used then was compared to the form of warfare we use now.
Now there's only little squads, but back then you had your drummers. They're going.
Yeah, exactly. You get the drummers. They're hitting a little bit.
Playing the flutes.
Yeah, they got the little fife. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I wish I was those guys.
Yeah, they definitely don't get shot ever. So you you got your guys with the drums.
That's why you gotta put them in the back.
Yeah, and then you got the bugle corps too, and you got them. You got all these guys, and then they're lining up. They ready their guns. They fire their shot, and then they reload. Like it's not
Fire.
nothing crazy. You're standing usually in a big open field, and you're just shooting at each other.
No, my favorite part of that era is like it leading into World War I, because they still use the drummers and the flute people.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you're walking on no man's land with a flute and
Yeah,
drums.
and then what, like a hidden grenade underground blows you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because by World War One, warfare became a little too wild.
Yeah.
So
Because they were.
because we decided we were gonna go from very nice civil. We're gonna do some nice lines. We're gonna line up. We're gonna shoot. We're gonna reload into. You make your trench, we make our trench, and then if we see movement and from the other trench, we just run out and kill everybody.
Until Christmas one time.
And kill that one Christmas time that they all stopped and they played football.
Do you know what Hitler did not like that at all?
He didn't like the Christmas.
No, he said nobody can get out of the trenches. We're not going. But his troops did not listen to him.
Oh yeah, because they wanted to go have Christmas fun, and they wanted to play football. By football I mean soccer, but they call it football. They literally played soccer with each other, and they like ate food and stuff, and then the next year people were like, should we do it again? And then
the generals were like, no.
Then the generals were like, no, you're not doing it again.
It's not fun.
So you can't have a nice fun Christmas with the enemy. So
for people who are like, wait a minute, those people are humans too.
Yeah. Oh no, guys! It makes the other group seem too human.
Wait, war bad?
War bad? No. The U.S.
We're America.
The U.S. government loves war. So
except for that one time in the 60s. No,
yeah.
That was more the people.
Yeah. Well, the people didn't like it. The U.S. government went ooh, and then they lost. So
Nixon went. I love when Nixon went. What did he say? He was like, okay, we're not winning, so let's make the war bigger.
Yeah. All right. Well, gang, thanks for listening. I hope you
love our rants about my favorite era of history, the era like right before World War One.
Yeah.
Where everybody got to wear fancy costumes and shoot each other.
Yeah. What happened to the cool uniforms that like
the French were blue and red?
No, I mean think about the U.S. Civil War uniforms, like the real like if you're high ranking, like you got the gold thread and you got the really bright out. I mean if you think about it now, like if you walked out on the field with one of those bad boys, boom, you're done. Dead. So, but that's a problem. Like, it was all cool and...
Yeah, because everybody was like, okay.
Yeah. Also, it's sad that they don't use horses in the military anymore.
So...
Like, that was absolutely cool.
My explanation for it, and it's a lot of... It's because technology grew to a point where that warfare was just like... where, like, it didn't make sense to keep...
Yeah. But, it looks way cooler.
It looks way cooler.
And that's why there's war reenactments. All right. Thank you for listening. I surely hope that you enjoyed the episode. And if you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/The Conspiracy Consultants. And I'd like to say thank you to JJ Sebastian, Sam Shockmayev, Josiah Keller, and Joel Webb. So Jacob said it at the same time. So if you couldn't hear them, that's too bad. But yeah, thanks for supporting the show, and you can be just like them. Head on over there, support the show. There's fun stuff over there. And yeah, thanks for listening. See ya.
Sure.